This operation saw 4-2 Commando Group deploy into an area not visited before by ISAF troops, certainly in such strength. We were inserted by aviation, that is helicopter-borne, into an area known as the Pishuk, and our mission was effectively to understand what was going on in that area in terms of the local tribal dynamic, but also the state of the insurgency. It was all about understand.
Basically, when we landed in onto the area of Afghanistan, we had quite an eventful day from the off. Initially, there was a suicide bomber who detonated prematurely in front of K Company. Fortunately, there was no casualties on our side. Whilst this was going on, 7 Troop were manoeuvring through, as always, trying to identify areas and again influence. Even though we were in contact, again there's always the influence battle to win. So we were there trying to influence and get an eye on what was going on, and also an ear to see and hear what was being said within the local population. They came across a number of vests. These were suicide vests, obviously not too dissimilar to the guy from the fort area that had blown himself up some 20-30 minutes earlier. This was quite a good find for us. Two suicide vests, ready to go, full of PE, detonators in, and these were obviously going to be used on us or troops that would have been entering the area later on that day. So again, that was quite a good find for us, and we managed to secure those, hold on to them, gain as much information as we could by exploiting them for forensics, and then from that they were destroyed in situ by our Royal Engineer team that was attached to us.
In order to achieve that understand mission, the most effective way of doing so is simply to talk to the local national population, and we do that via a process of meetings, or shurs as they're known in that part of the world, and simply getting amongst the local population, speaking to them on a human level, face to face, through interpreters, and gathering that knowledge that may or may not turn into intelligence, which will inform and guide our commanders in that area.
Around about the same time, Lima Company 4-2 was moving through the area of Afghanistan, just off from the fort, not actually in the fort itself, and we had a number of contacts. First one being a small arms contact. Basically, they were just engaging us with it sounded like RPK and AK-47. At that point, then we didn't take any casualties from that, although we did suffer initially with a few pieces of equipment getting shot up, and mainly was an antenna off one of the guys' radios.
After we'd seen that more kinetic piece of the operation, it was straight back to basics again. Straight back into talking to the local nationals, straight back into trying to put our finger on the pulse of what was going on to inform that report after the mission.
This was an operation that was delivered by the agility of the Marine. Our understanding of the fishhook, as has been said in this short piece, was very, very limited. And by helicopter, by walking huge distances with great weights, fighting when we had to fight, but most importantly, engaging with the local national, understanding the dynamics, meant we have a very clear view of how this world ticks down at the fishhook, who's in power, what the social dynamics are, and actually remove some of the Taliban while we were there. So a hugely successful operation, as I say, delivered by some extraordinary men doing some extraordinary things.